मैं स्टेज पर इनवाइट करना चाहूंगी एक बार जोरदार तालियों के साथ नॉर्थ बंगाल यूनिवर्सिटी की टीम को। प्लीज वेलकम।
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. My name is Gayatri Rai, and I am representing University of North Bengal in this Zero Waste Andolan.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Manav Rai, and today I am representing Sonada Degree College in this Zero Waste Andolan.
Namaste, everyone. My name is Utsav, and I'm representing TD in this Zero Waste Andolan. Our mountains are facing a unique problem. What you see on the screen right now is our goddess Kanchenjunga, and unfortunately our goddess is melting. Also, the waste management crisis adds on to the problem because we are very uniquely located. We are in the Eastern Himalayas. It's a biodiversity hotspot. And the biodiversity hotspot is threatened right now. What you just saw on the screen was a very unique, non-natural phenomenon. It's called GLOF. Not many of you would have heard the term even. It got reported as a cloud burst when it happened. But it's called a glacial lake outburst flood. And when Kanchenjunga is melting, these are the kind of situations that we are facing. The mountain region also has a very unique topography. So with that, what you see on the screen right now, what might look like those long winding roads, that's why we say the mountains are calling. And it also poses a unique challenge for us. Like when you talk about waste, the transportation of waste is a big problem in this kind of topography. And on the other side, the mountain folks, our folks are very simple. All they want is a tiny home in a mountain hamlet like this with lots and lots of flowers outside. So we tried to bridge all of these unique features of our region, and we tried to come up with a solution that would take into account the unique challenges as well as the unique characteristics of our place.
So now let me show you a visual of our beautiful mountains.
Our beautiful mountains, not so beautiful anymore. What you see on the screen is what we call a dumping chute. In the plains, when we can build mountains out of waste, in the mountains, we can't build any more mountains, so we dump it down. All the waste becomes quite an eyesore, and also it kind of continues to pollute. These are visuals that you might not notice because it's not probably Instagram worthy, not reel worthy, but I think these are visuals that we need to know because unless and until we address the problem, honestly, we don't have much time. So let's pause for a bit and let's try and understand what are the challenges and why is it so important for our entire country, our Bharat, to stand up and hear the voices from the mountains. You know, as you see, we are very uniquely located in the Himalayas, and the Himalayas also serve as the roof of India. So do not think that what affects us does not affect the rest of India. If the glaciers are melting, if what we call the third pole is melting, then it would affect the entire floodplains of India. So having now listed the problem statement, let's try and understand how do we overcome this challenge of lack of awareness that is so rampant, actually, not just in the mountains, but almost everywhere when you look at waste. Right? We tend to think that replacing, let's say, certain options would give us better options, but it is not so. You cannot replace, let's say, a plastic bottle with an aluminum can and think it's eco-friendly. It's not. That complicates it even more. And also, there is this challenge of the transportation that is very unique to us because the costs of transportation are so high that it makes it very difficult for the waste management economy to be circular as it's happening in the cities. And also, the other challenge that we face is the challenge of having these kind of voices heard out because, yes, we are remote and you get to hear the calling when you see the mountains in all its glory, but please hear our voices also.
So, I was able to make 5 household zero waste, and not only me, there are 10 of us, and we were able to make 50 household zero waste in the last 2 months, and also our college into a zero waste campus.
Okay, so let's see how did Manav make 5 household zero waste in the last 2 months. Okay, that's his run rate. And how did his group of friends make 50 household zero waste, his college zero waste in such a short period of time. So what you see on the screen is on the top right, so very colorful. So those are what we call indigenous microorganisms. So those are the local, you can say, the Spartans of the forest, okay, that we harvest, or rather, we make an offering to the gods of the forest, and then they come and help us resolve the problem in every household. So we make a catalyst out of this, a very potent catalyst that goes to every household that is going zero waste. And what you see on the screen is 3 of them. So there is Jia also, who is here with us today. And they are making a composting unit out of those recycled plastic buckets. Very simple DIY, okay, non-expensive, something that can be done anywhere. And also what they have done, Manav and team, they have handheld every household. So in India, especially, the waste management problem is slightly, I wouldn't say slightly, but actually quite complicated because of the caste and religion angle. Right? So people do not want to talk with the waste workers for multiple reasons. But when it is a student coming and talking to you, and he's willing to spend time with you, trying to bring in awareness, trying to teach you how to segregate, trying to teach you how to compost at home, the game changes. So this, we've realized, is a game changer when the students take ownership of the household in their local region and say, hey, I want to make 10 households zero waste. And while doing that, we were just doing a basic calculation in the morning, saying that if India has around 30 million households that needs to go zero waste, and if there are about 5 million students, they would be able to solve the problem in 6 months, given that all the infrastructure, everything is in place. So that is how revolutionary the solution is with regards to this zero waste Andolan. And we call it an Andolan because that's the kind of movement that is required, a youth-led revolutionary movement to overcome this challenge of waste. The founding father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, had left these words with us, saying that, be the change that we wish to see around us. Why wait for the governments to give us solutions? Why wait for someone from outside to come and teach us how to compost or how to take care of our waste? So we decided to live by these words, and we realized that while we live by these words, we have multiple benefits that is not just restricted to a particular stakeholder, but every stakeholder is benefiting here. So you see, the students are benefiting, okay, because they're getting to do what we call SUPW, which is socially useful, productive work, which keeps them engaged. The community is benefiting. So what you see in the screen is one of our community members, he's signing a pledge. And the pledge says, I am going to go zero waste from this village. I promise to abide by all the terms and conditions that the students are asking me to abide by. I promise not to burn my waste. I promise not to dump my waste. And also, I think the benefit, the biggest benefit is of Mother Nature. I'm not sure how many of us are aware that we are going through a major crisis, and the crisis is known as the sixth mass extinction. We are losing out species, no, mind you, not just life forms, species, at a very, very rapid rate. The last mass extinction was 65 million years ago when we lost the dinosaurs. But we are going through this very alarming time right now where we are losing out species at a very rapid rate. And waste management adds to the crisis. So here, if we are able to somehow increase the biodiversity by ensuring that great black gold is created out of waste, which is 60% out of every household, is something that has a potential to become black gold through composting. And if we are able to accordingly segregate and recycle the dry waste, it's much, much easier to solve the problem.
I like shooting videos, and one important thing that I realized is like tripod is very important to shoot any video. We can see here also there are lots of tripods, like you know those 3 stand that holds on to the camera.
A tripod model of development. Okay, so Gayatri's come up with a unique term. Okay, why do we call it a tripod? So we need those support systems to ensure that a project is successful and the development is not just short-term, but is long-term, it is sustainable, and more importantly, it is a regenerative model. In this model, one of the legs of the tripod is a bottom-up, community-led grassroots movement that these students are doing in their community. The second leg to support this movement would be a top-down policy support, which we are working closely with the local governments to ensure that bylaws are made, to ensure that no one is burning their waste out, no one is dumping their waste out. So if these policies support the bottom-up movement, and it meets somewhere in midway, and in that midway journey, there is support through CSR, there is support through partnerships between various organizations. Like we represent an environment conservation organization called TED. We've been supported by DCB Bank and now Tetra Pak through CSR projects to make all of this happen. So this model, this tripod model, like Gayatri said, is great for shooting for the moon. Let's look at some of the outcomes.
So when we make household go zero waste, there are benefits. We are not only solving the problem of waste, but we are also uplifting the community. Like they start to grow their own food by the compost manure. And on the second one, on the top of the pickup, that is me, where me and my friends are collecting waste from college to get it to TD. And we also sell zero waste products, 2 tons of the tap. So here are some zero waste products. This is a bamboo toothbrush, which is very, like it can be very soft to your gum. It is very healthy to your gum. And I've also got this one. This is the foldable cup. This is where I use it wherever I go to travel. Like if you use 3 paper cups in a day, then in a month you'll use 90 paper cups. And in a year you would use 1090. And if you just buy this and use it, you'll be able to divert 1090 cups from going into landfill. Thank you.
Turning off the tap. So honestly, I feel the students should not be managing the waste. Come on, they should be out playing the guitar, like Manav loves playing the guitar, or they should be out doing other things. Right now they are managing the waste, yes, because it's a problem that is there, but we would want to reach a space where we make this entire project that we want to do as redundant by turning off the tap. So, like Manav just mentioned, what if waste is not generated? What if waste, if it is generated, is biodegradable and can become soil? So what he just demonstrated to you are things that we can carry. Like my team here is carrying their own water bottles. They're going out, filling their water bottles, coming in, ensuring that they're not generating any waste. And I'm very proud that even in the hotel that they're staying, they're carrying on even their airport baggage tags, and they're going to take it back to a materials recovery facility that we run because we're confident that we will manage or recycle that particular waste. So turning off the tap is something that we feel is important. We realize that more than recycle, we need to aim at refusing the waste. And that also aligns with our Honorable Prime Minister's vision that is also called LIFE, okay, which is to ensure that we are conscious about ensuring that we live in a regenerative world and not in a degenerative world. So here, like Manav said, people have started growing their own food. So we got into this a challenge with one of our villagers because, you know, in India especially, maybe rightly so for many years, we've been growing food depending upon cow manure as the source through which we add nutrients to the soil. But what if we said, you don't need cow manure? What if you can grow out of waste? And we gave them some of our compost that we created. And we said, okay, let's see if the cabbage that you grow is bigger than the cabbage that is grown out of just cow manure. And when she tried to harvest the cabbage, usually she would just be able to pull it off. But in this case, the cabbage had grown so nutritious, so strong that she couldn't pull it off just with her hand. She had to take some help, okay, and she ensured that she's struggling with it, okay, because it has the nutrients that is needed to make this cabbage as nutritious as it is. Okay, and this is necessary. So for us, because we are becoming nutrient deficient as a nation, we need to have good nutrients. And where is it coming from? Waste, black gold, like I said. So another multiple benefits that we see here.
So yeah, this is my college where I'm pursuing my education.
So this is Manav's College, Sunada Degree College, that you will find in a very remote region in Darjeeling. And they have joined us in this Zero Waste Andolan.
Tremendous development and growth have been seen in our students within these days. We can see their community engagement skills, their teamwork spirit and marketing skills, leadership qualities, which have been greatly improved within them.
So that's a feedback from Ragini ma'am, who is the teacher in charge in Sunada Degree College. And we have witnessed tremendous transformation, not just in case of waste, but also in human beings. The Manav here, who is standing with you, okay, is confident in front of you in his traditional attire, okay, with this experience of knowing that if I can make 5 households zero waste, what does it take for me to stand in front of national TV and just give the speech?
Yeah, so this is my university where I studied for 2 years, and I recently passed out from this university and I have joined TD.
So we have tied up with North Bengal University, and the larger goal is to make the campus itself zero waste. There are 53 colleges associated with North Bengal University, and if one college, Sunada Degree College, can go zero waste, why not all the other colleges? So we're starting off with a zero waste campus in North Bengal University, and then we want to kind of ensure that these get linked to the credit course for the students, so that the student gets academic benefit for these SUPW work that we just said, the socially useful, productive work.
Yeah, so he's my professor, Dr. Vinayak Sundas.
So yes, Professor Binayak Sundas has been our ardent supporter for this Zero Waste campaign in the university, and also we are working together to ensure that his vision of a Zero Waste campus is implemented soon, and not just in the university campus, but also in the campus of all the other colleges. Now, if you can read on the screen, so this was a message that was sent to us a few days ago by one of the school principals who is our partner and who has worked with us to make this her school Zero Waste. It's a Montessori school to 50 students. And if the school, any education institution goes Zero Waste and they've started to practice what they preach in the school, now imagine the ripple effect that is created, where she's saying that the school is now taking responsibility for making 300 more homes Zero Waste. One school. So these are the kind of ripple effects that we are talking about when we involve the youth in overcoming the problem and the challenges of waste. So to conclude, I would say that if we are able to link this with the NAC accreditation that is already there as a policy of the government, and the new education policy, and then we would be able to accelerate the kind of transformational change that we are looking forward to. Because, you know, the biggest problem I think is that we think that we have time to solve the problem of waste. Honestly, we don't, especially in the mountains, we don't. We need to solve this as of yesterday. So to know more about Zero Waste Andolan, to join us in this movement, we are leaving some of our information here. You can get in touch with us. We would like we'd like to get all kinds of help if possible. You can come in and join us as a volunteer, or there are various ways that you can explore partnerships with us. Like I said, either CSR, EPR, or any kind of contribution that can be done towards these campaigns. So, thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.